What's going on, everyone? It's Balls, and welcome back to another Manchester United match review today. Not a very good performance, a bit lackluster. Not slightly happy, but could be a lot happier. Not the best, but we'll get into the review in a second. But if you are tuning in live, thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do. If you haven't liked the video as well and you're enjoying the content, make sure you do that as well and turn notifications on so that when I go live for another live stream or upload another video or all that good stuff. And all links to social media will be in the description below. So, Manchester United draw with West Ham 1-1 at home. As I said at the top, a little bit of a performance from us today. Very casual and lackluster and just not very entertaining. We fell into a few bad habits today. I was hoping that we'd get a bit of a bounce back performance after losing to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Just some old habits like just passing around, not really looking too dangerous. Had a couple of chances here and there. Had like 85% possession, I think, in the first 25, 30 minutes. West Ham not really threatening, and then we give away a silly penalty with a bit of a brain fade by Paul Pogba. I get that he was trying to protect his head, but unfortunately, you can't touch the ball with your hand, mate. Only the goalkeeper can do that. So, yeah, bit annoying. Then obviously Antonio put away the penalty. I don't know if it was necessarily deserved, but I don't think we deserve necessarily to be in the lead either. So it probably would have been 0-0. Would have been more deserving, but that's fine. I don't think it was actually a free kick to begin with. I think that Fosu had made minimal to no contact with, I think it was Antonio on goal, and he got a yellow card for it. I don't think he touched him. And then they obviously got the free kick. Declan Rice hit it into the wall, and Pogba hit it was answered penalty. I agree the penalty was a penalty. He touched it. It was handball. It was in the box. I'm not angry at the penalty. I'm angry at Paul Pogba, and I'm not angry at Paul Pogba, but I'm disappointed with Paul Pogba, and I'm angry at the free kick being given before that. I don't think it's a free kick. Let me know if you agree. If you do, that it's good. If you don't, then that's also good as well. So, yeah, then we had to come out and respond, and we responded pretty quickly with Mason Greenwood. Nice finish. Now, I'm going to make a bit of analogy here, right? So, in terms of not with Mason Greenwood, right? So we made it. Before I do that, I should have said that. Okay, I've stuffed this up. All right. So the analogy I was going to make was about Wan-Bissaka. So he came on obviously for Timothy Fosu at the half. I thought the Fosu played all right. You can see that he obviously hasn't got a ton of experience with the team. It's his first home game in I think 3 years. They said, comparing him Wan-Bissaka, this is the analogy I was going to make. Here we go, so I can put it in, right? So, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is like a fine wine, right? You go to a restaurant, you order a wine. Wan-Bissaka is like the $500-600 bottle that you get that you just want to pay for. And unfortunately, Timothy Fosu is the really cheap wine that if you can't afford the big stuff, that's what you get. And that's not having a go at Timothy Fosu. That's more praising how good Wan-Bissaka is, because it changed, especially the right side defence in the second half. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka certainly did play better than obviously Fosu did. It's very, very difficult to get past Wan-Bissaka, but then he did a little bit what everyone else did. Like his defending was great, but just some passing, just pass it and then just turning it over. And West Ham clearly were the better team in the second half. I was surprised they didn't actually end up getting a winner. I know Antonio hit a header over the bar from a noble cross. Bowen, I think, missed one. I think it was a good save by De Gea. But I should talk about the goal. The goal from Mason Greenwood. He's one hell of a player, that's for sure. He is now level with George Best, Brian Kidd, and Wayne Rooney for the equal most goals by a teenager in a season, which is just outstanding. And I'm glad that he's part of the Manchester United team. I said in my last review that maybe he looked like he was starting to get a little bit tired, and maybe it might have been a chance maybe to bring Dan James in for Greenwood. I said it was an option. I didn't say I would have necessarily loved it because I like Greenwood so much better, but it was an option for Ollie if you wanted to maybe give Mason a break. and he started and he scored. And I'm very glad that he is playing really well. We've got a couple of guys that continue to play really well, especially him and Anthony Martial. And then we just have, unfortunately today, we just only had really, it was those two guys, and De Gea played really well. Besides that, a lot of people just made silly errors, like passing and just turning it over and whatnot. So not the best overall team performance, but I thought West Ham played really well today. I thought they that the start, I thought it was going to be just typical, like 10 men behind the ball, just defending, and just us trying to have to break him down. But they were very, very good on the counter attack. They created chances. Antonio was dangerous. Bowen was dangerous. I think Bowen had the better Brandon Williams today. I think that the left side, I think was it Fornals was playing out there. He was quite quiet today. But it was Bowen and Antonio creating a lot of havoc there. And Suchek, I think his name is, he was very, very good going up and down the field, getting involved, making runs into the box, a little bit like what Paul Pogba has been doing for us. Didn't do as much of it today, but around down the field. Noah had a solid game as well. And just in general, West Ham played a really solid game today. If you're West Ham supporter, you probably feel like you're a bit stiff to not get 3 points, because I thought they were the better team today, which is a little bit concerning. I think it was just the quality, obviously, of the goal from Manchester United, that the intricate play between Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood to score the equaliser. I think that just it showed in the end. And as I said, probably lucky to get a point, but also not unlucky either. So there you go. But we move on to the next game. We only got one more game seen, so only going to be one more review left. I've really enjoyed these reviews. So if you are enjoying the reviews, previous or this one, make sure you leave a like on the video. So there you go. We'll get into the player ratings now. Not going to be too many higher ratings today. Even though it was 1-1, you can say, "Oh, it was a draw," so you can't be too harsh on them. But it was poor performance by a lot of the guys out there today. Only a few of them, I think, will probably get a decent rating. And the first one, be starting with David De Gea. I'm going to give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. He made some really good saves. He didn't have too much to do in the first half. The penalty, obviously, it's very, very hard to say penalties. And it was a good penalty by Antonio. Waited for De Gea to move and then went to the right. And De Gea obviously went to his left. But pulled off some good saves. As I said, that shot from Bowen was quite a difficult save. Came in really, really quick. Made a couple of other good saves as well. And we've seen the past De Gea miss some of those, but he was able to make them today. And keep a clean sheet besides the penalty, obviously. But I know it's not a clean sheet. I'm just saying, just for conversation purposes. But he didn't concede a goal from open play. That's probably what I should be saying, right? So he gets a 7 from me. Brandon Williams, I thought he had some good moments going forward, but I think he was beaten today by Bowen. I think Bowen looked quite dangerous. He was quicker than Brandon Williams. A couple of times Brandon Williams got him, but most of the time Bowen got him. So for that, I probably have to give him a 5. Unfortunately, I wish I could obviously give him a bit higher rating, but we drew, and the fact I think he got beaten by his opponent, I think I've got to give him a 5 there. Lindelof, I'll give a 6 because I think out of the defenders, I didn't see him give the ball away as much. Maybe I wasn't seeing it properly, but I just didn't see him give the ball away as much. A little bit the same Maguire, so I'll give Maguire a 6 as well. The two centre-backs I think played pretty decent today. There's some rocky moments here and there, but I think overall the two of them didn't turn the ball over as much. I think Maguire turned over once or twice, but I don't think much more than that. I don't remember seeing Lindelof turning it over, but obviously no clean sheet. Team not playing as good. So, I got to give those two a 6. And Fosu Mensah, as I said, he struggled a little bit. I didn't think he played too bad. But I'll give him a 5 as well, just because obviously the yellow card, I don't really think it's a yellow card, but he went off at half-time as well. So clearly being on a yellow card is dangerous as well, and I think we just had to bring on our best defender. I think Luke Shaw might have also come on as well if he was fit, but he's still not fit. Hopefully he's fit for Leicester. We really need him back for Leicester. There's nothing wrong with Brandon Williams, but I just think that Luke Shaw is a better defender than what Brandon Williams is. And I think that having Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, and Maguire is just a much more solid defence than we put out today. I was glad to see Fosu-Mensah and Williams get a chance and go there, and I think that it'll be good to give them more experience. But I think obviously with this important game, Carl, I think you just need your best players on the field, and I think Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are our best pairing at fullback. But yeah, so 5 from me for Fosu-Mensah, but it's not like you're crap 5. He had a bit of a disappointing game today, but hopefully you can get some more opportunities in the future and improve on your game. So there you go. In the midfield, I'm going to start with Nemanja Matic. I did see him give the ball away a bit as well, to be honest. And he does his job like screening across, but I'll give him a 6 because I think he did his job. He gave the ball away a few times, but at least I guess the positive thing is at least he tried to push the ball forward instead of just doing the safe pass side. I'd much rather him try a little bit more, not try and be like a Bruno, we're trying to take a lot more risk, but he tried to just get the ball moving forward. He did turn over a couple of times, which obviously left us a little bit vulnerable, but overall I think he had a decent enough game. And then we move on to Paul Pogba. I think if you take out the brain fade, he had an okay game. I think his passing was very good. Again, all of his long balls essentially hit the target today. His passing was, but he just didn't get involved enough. I just thought that he could have gotten the ball a little bit more. He could have just, as Andy Townsend said on the broadcast, he said that he needed to stamp his authority on the game. And I don't think he quite did that today. He just didn't get involved enough. There's still definitely a spark between him and Bruno there. They're still clearly our 2 most influential players, but yeah, Pogba just didn't have that sparkle today. Just didn't have that not eagerness, but he just didn't necessarily. I don't know. He just didn't get on the ball as much. I don't know that if I'm saying it the way I want to say it, but he just didn't get involved enough. And I think that I'll probably give him. I think I've got to give him a 5. I think I was tempted to give him a 6 because a lot of his passes went where they want. But I think overall, giving away the penalty with the brain fade, it could have cost us 2 points. I don't know if West Ham would have gone on to score if they hadn't got the penalty. They may have, they might not have. But I think the fact that he was the sole reason essentially that we lost a couple of points, I think you've got to give him a bit under what you'd usually get. But as I said, I still don't think that was a foul. I'll stick by that. I watched the replay a few times and I didn't see much contact. I know that it's only going to be little contact because he was through on goal, but I just didn't really see anything in there. I don't know if I saw it correctly. I might have to go back and watch it again. But from what I recall seeing it a few times on TV, I didn't see any contact. So that's just personal opinion. But hey, I'll have to go back and see. And if anyone knows there's contact, let me know in the comments and let me know if I'm right or wrong or whatever. And if you're watching as well or watching after, make sure you leave your player ratings, thoughts on the game, any other questions, all that good stuff. Make sure you leave those in the live comments or in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to get to all of them once the video goes live, which will be straight after the live stream. That's what's so good about these live streams, mate. They go straight up after. Moving on to Bruno Fernandes. That's what I think about Bruno's performance. It was nothing spectacular again. I think that not the season's taken it. I think that the condensed fixtures and having so many games all at once, and us being in the FA Cup and then got Europa League coming up and Premier League and yada yada yada. I think that it's starting to take a toll on the squad because all the your Man Cities, especially I'll use Man City because Liverpool have played a very similar lineup most of their games. But Man City, I've seen Cancelo play, I've seen Walker play, Zinchenko, Mendy, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, Jesus. Hang on, no, well, Jesus free. Did Jesus get injured? Was it Jesus or was it? I cannot remember if it was Jesus or Aguero that got injured. I know one of them got injured. But and I'm only doing this just to make sure because I honestly forgot. Let me have a look here. At their last game lineups. Yeah, no, sorry, it was Aguero that got injured. But yeah, I just want to make sure I got that right. I had a feeling it was Aguero that got injured, but yeah. But you get my point. Man City have played with so many players in these condensed fixtures, and that really, really helps. We've seen the performances have been very, very good, except for the game against Arsenal. That was in the FA Cup, but that's fine. I think it was in the FA Cup. I don't know. It's, again, getting close to 5 a.m., so my brain doesn't work as good as it would have a few hours ago. But yeah, I think that just us having that starting 11 has been starting to take a toll, and you can see that the players aren't, as I said, Paul Pogba not getting on the ball as much. Is that because he's a bit tired, and because he obviously was injured, he's come straight back in. He's played essentially every game for us. He's been rested here and there, but he's played essentially every game for us, almost every minute of most of those games as well. So maybe you just wonder, is that taking a little bit of a toll, which I probably think it would for a lot of players, but we're not in this, Manchester United players not in on obviously the only ones. You've got every other single team in the Premier League, and better yet, even every player in essentially all the major leagues that have kick-started again. They're going to be tired because of all the condensed fixtures. But unfortunately, you just got to adapt. That's what you've got to adapt. And West Ham have done that, and they were able to play well. So you'd think, why can't our players play well as well? So that's what I think on that thing. So I didn't give Bruno a rating. I'd probably give Bruno I give him a 6. I give him a 6. He wasn't as bad as obviously Pogba wasn't terrible, but as I said, gave away the penalty. But Bruno just, as I said, didn't have the same effect, but he still was able to show quality at times, and some passes here and there. Gave the ball away a couple of times, but as I've said before, I'd much rather him try to get passes done than just not try anything, and I'd rather him take risks than not. So, moving on to Marcus Rashford, I thought he was very, very quiet. I think besides the one dipping shot that he had, I don't really think he did too much. He beat a couple of defenders here and there, but I think I'm going to give him a 5 as well. We just didn't really do too much. And he's been a bit like that since coming back. I know that he's been injured and obviously come back from a back injury like that, and then being thrust into condensed fixtures, playing essentially every game. It's tough. And I think that he's had games where he's been really, really good. Like was it the previous game he played really well, or was it the one before? Can't remember. One of the previous 2 forwards he played. Played really well, but he keeps going in. So you have a good performance and a bad performance, and maybe good performance, bad performance, and et cetera, et cetera. So you get what I mean. But he's very, very in and out in terms of performances, which I think that once we get into next season, maybe getting some more squad depth, maybe give him a rest here and there, I think we'll see a better Rashford. Just give a bit of a spell and then come back in. So we turn to the final 2, which I think were probably the 2 better players on the pitch, Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood. I think that I don't know who to give my man of the match out of those 2. I think that those 2 were the 2 ones that looked the most dangerous for us up front. Obviously, Mason Greenwood scored the goal, and obviously Martial got the assist. A nice, intricate play between the 2. So I could give it to Martial for getting the assist and being involved, but I could also give it to Mason Greenwood. I think I will give it to Mason Greenwood, I think. Scoring the goal, I think he saved us 3 points. Nice, very, very nice finish. I think he looked the most dangerous especially in the second half, with a lot of the step overs that he was doing, cutting inside, cutting the byline, just causing trouble for defenders, because defenders don't know which way he's going to go, because his right foot is just as good as his left foot. So you don't know what way he's going to go. Very, very dangerous. And I think that he'd probably get man of the match. I'll give him an 8, but I'll also give Martial. I'll give Martial a 7 as well, I reckon. I'll just downgrade him to a 7. I'll give him and De Gea a 7 because they were the 2 better players. But I'll give Mason Greenwood an 8 because he scored the goal, so does 3 points. He wasn't involved as much as what he previously has been, but he looked the most dangerous of any player on our team. I think he had a very, very good performance. And the fact that he also scored the most equal most goals by a teenager in the Premier League, along with some amazing names in like Rooney and Brian Kidd and George Best, as I mentioned before. Some good company. I think you got to reward a guy when he does achieve such a feat like that. And I'm glad to have him on our team. And it's currently 0-0 between Liverpool and Chelsea, just past 6 minutes in. So that's currently going on at the moment in the background. So that's why this will probably be a little bit shorter than usual. And then we turn to the bench. I actually can't remember who. I know we brought a Gala on. I can't actually remember who else we brought on besides Wan-Bissaka. Oh, that's it. Yes, literally it. So we brought on Wan-Bissaka and Igalo. I'll probably give Wan-Bissaka for the half that he played. I'll probably give him a 7 as well. To be honest, I think that he clearly was better at right back. Obviously, Fossey Mensah. I like Fossey Mensah, so I'm not trying to bring him down too much. I'm just saying Wan-Bissaka is just that good. He got involved when going forward. He's good defensively. He gave the ball away a couple of times, but as I said, most players on the pitch did that today for us. So he had 7, and I think I'd give Igalo a 5. He didn't really have too much of an impact. He didn't have too much time to do it. He had around 10 minutes or just less than 10 minutes, so he didn't have enough time to affect the game too much. But just didn't do too much in 10 minutes. So yeah, I think he had one chance we got blocked. So what can you do? So he gets a 5 from me. So, but yeah, as I said, overall, not the happiest with the performance. It's good because the fate is now left in our hands now. It would have been good to have got a win and scored 3 goals because it means that we could have lost the game 1-0 against Leicester and still made the Champions League because it would have been better on goal difference. But sorry. Yeah, a little bit tired. I lost train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, that's what I was saying. So yeah, it was just when we couldn't get like a 3-0 win or 4-1 win or whatever to essentially not guarantee, but unless we lost 2-0 to Leicester, we would have made Champions League. But now, as long as we get a draw next week with Leicester, we will get in. I think that's right. I think we're a point above Leicester now. Yes, we are because we were level with Leicester, so we are now level with Leicester. So as long as we draw with them, we're safe, and we're in the Champions League. As I said, I'd much rather get in because we performed so well over the past since we've been back. It would have been good to have locked ourselves in, but unfortunately we haven't, and we need to win next week. And obviously, if we get a draw, Chelsea, hopefully, if they lose this match, this game against Liverpool, and then they lose to Wolves, then I think we could finish as high as third. We could still finish as high as third. I think we're still in the box seat. We've got the best outcome, I guess. But obviously, if Chelsea win this game against Liverpool, that will. I think that it won't rule us out for third, but it'll be even like harder. Whereas obviously Chelsea have got Wolves next week as well, so it could be. It's going to be a very tight finish. It's going to be very close. It's going to come obviously down the final day. Same with relegation as well. We've got Aston Villa, Watford, and Bournemouth all battling it out. For 2 of those 3 will be relegated. So, and it looks like maybe Aston Villa might be safe after winning against Arsenal, but they do have a tough game next week. Who do they play? I'm looking at this now more for myself because I would like to know. So you've got, where is it? Not Liverpool. Watford play Arsenal away. That's going to be a very, very hard game. And Aston Villa play West Ham. So if Aston Villa can get a point from that, I think that they'll be safe. Obviously, Norwich are going down already, and then Bournemouth play Everton. So you'd probably think that Watford are probably out of those 3 going down, I would say. So, and I think that it'll be one of Bournemouth or Aston Villa. I think it'll literally be whoever can get a win. I think that's what it comes down to anyway. I don't know the exact numbers and stuff down the bottom, but I think that that's the way it will work. So we will see what happens. So after all of that, we got Leicester next week. We need to win that game, or we need to at least draw it. I'd like to win the game and just guarantee ourselves getting in, but we just need to draw and we'll be fine and we'll get in there. So hopefully we can get the job done in the next game. And I believe that that's this weekend. I think that's on the Saturday. The Saturday or the Sunday. No, it's Sunday in the UK, and it's Monday morning here in Australia. So there you go. So with it, we've come to the end of the live stream. So again, if you tune in live, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate all the support you guys give when you tune in live. And if you're tuning in after, thank you very much for doing that as well. Make sure everyone you can leave a like on the video. It'd be very much appreciated if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I think we're up to 221 now, so starting to creep close to 250. And I know that hopefully we can get there eventually. That'd be nice. So as I said, I appreciate all the support that the 221 of you have given me so far, and whoever subscribes to me in the future and watches all of my videos. Turn notifications on so don't miss when I go live for the next live stream or when I upload another video. There will be NFL player highlight videos coming out over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, getting prepared for the NFL scene just to get some people hyped up, ready to go for that, and some other good content as well. And all the social media links for like my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything will be in the link in the description. All links will be in the description below, so make sure you go and check them out and follow me at all of those. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream, the final one of the season. I'm out. Cheers.